In this video, I want to talk about classes plus internships for study abroad. And this can be when you go abroad to a regular program, you study at a university, and in my case, I took 12 credits. I took 12 credits of coursework, but I also elected to take 3 credits that was an internship. And I'm going to go this way with it. I'm going to back up. So when I was there, I was able to get the 12 credits of Spanish that I needed plus 3 credits of internship and have that. What happened, and actually technically it was 15, but we'll just use this as a general example. When I was there, it was 15. With this 3 credits right here, it did not come back and transfer back into my major. All the main credits I needed did. That was great and fine. This was more of an elective. So it didn't fit, but I opted to do it because what I was able to do, and as I was thinking into the future, I was able to teach English as a second language to 4th through 6th graders, all at different times throughout the day. What I would do is, in the evening, I would go take my university courses, and during the day, and I think it was 3 days a week, I would go work with students on teaching them English in Ecuador. And that's how my days worked out. And it was quite a bit of time, but it was definitely worth it. Because my original plan was to get the Spanish Ed degree, to go on for a master's in ESL, English as a second language. And I had the scholarships and everything all lined up. I knew what I needed to do. And the plan was to have New York State certification in Spanish education plus a master's in English as a second language so that I could get a job anywhere in the world. That was the really safe, when I get out of college, this is how I'm going to pay for all my student loans and everything off, and this is what I want to do. Well, when you're working with 4th to 6th grade Ecuadorian students, you learn whether you really want to teach. The beauty of it, the real strength, was that it really improved my Spanish because my entire day was in Spanish, teaching them all the grammar and the verbs, and I couldn't do it in English because at this age level, at the school I was at, they didn't have enough English yet, so I had to explain all the grammar rules in Spanish and then switch into English to help them. And that was the way I found that was best in instruction. And I wasn't teaching myself. I had a teacher there who helped, but I was able to do a lot because I was an English speaker in the classroom and I was the only one. The great part about this was about 3 weeks in, and this was one of the moments that absolutely changed my life. I had done all this work and I was going for Spanish education, and I got 3 weeks into the internship and I was helping a student, and then I had 2 more behind me, and I stood up and I looked out the window and I realized that there was no way I could spend 25 years teaching in a classroom. I just couldn't do it, and that was a tough realization. But the internship that I took told me that I wasn't on the right track, that I had to switch something, which that was definitely not fun being a senior and having this all lined up and knowing how I wanted to do the next year of my life. But if I hadn't known that, if I had gone on and done student teaching, I would have either figured it out there, which I probably would have, but it's better to find it out before you finish your degree, your undergrad degree, than to have a master's and then get in a classroom and figure out that you don't want to be there. So the beauty of an internship, and why I advocate them so strongly, even if you stay in the United States, is that it gives you real-world experience and you can decide if that's the type of environment for you. And so if you have the chance to find a program that has an internship component, give it a solid look, because it might be one of those things that can really help you. And they usually, when they have internships, they have a lot of different things. There were some people who were working in clinics and with abused orphans and things like that. So there's a lot of different options when you're looking at internships, and it's usually far and away one of the best experiences that you'll have abroad.